Now I'm going to share with you an upcoming project that we have in terms of strike a chord. And the beauty of this particular upcoming project is that we're focusing on all the wards within the constituency of Yardley. We intend to start in May. Initially, we thought we can kick off in April, but as it stands now, it seems that we're looking more like May, allow enough time for the process of funding to get completed. Also, allow enough time to create awareness, because usually the responses to our strike a chord project, when it comes to the keyboard lessons, we usually get resounding responses. They're uplifting, they're exciting, they're fun-filled, and the participants can learn how to play the keyboard to a song they like or a song that we compose right there in the moment within 18 minutes. Within 18 minutes, they learn the rudiments of how to play along with a song that they like. Now, we're not trying to raise them to become Kate Bush. Neither are we trying to create another Elton John. No, no, no. The essence of strike a chord is for the participants to learn how to have fun with the instrument, how to turn dull moments into exciting moments, how to turn a moment where they feel deflated become excited and elated. That's the focus, how to have fun with the instrument. And so whether it's the grandkids that come over, or whether they're at home and alone and don't want to deal with social media, don't want to tune into the news because good news is in shortage, they can pick up a simple instrument like this, the keyboard, and they can have fun in that moment. That's the essence of strike a chord. Now, we are expecting an average of 20 participants for each workshop. And each session for a day would have a duration of about 90 minutes. You don't want to go beyond that. 90 minutes is ideal. The ones we've done in the past, an hour, and they are fulfilling. We have never had a complaint about our keyboard lessons for the over 50s. And Google is your friend. You can check out Google reviews as well. We have never had a complaint about our keyboard lessons for the over 50s or for the ones that we do for the children. It's phenomenal. And to be able to master a skill, display that skill that you've had a desire to learn for a lifetime in such a short time, it's phenomenal. It's going to be spaced over a period of a year, and every part covered by the neighborhood network scheme of Yardley will be able to participate. The neighbors, the inhabitants, they will be able to benefit from this. Now, one thing that my father did very well is that he initiated me into the frugal society while I was very young. And so to a reasonable extent and with great authority, I can tell you that my middle name is Frugal. When you live 14 years in America, you live 26 years in Africa, you're born in England during the 70s when things were tough, you've lived in every continent around the world except Asia. There have been times when we have had to go through the cost of living crisis before the postmodern Britain went through cost of living crisis. Any component you see on our grant application, if you don't understand, please ask. We are not using this to milk money out of you, neither are we doing this to sort of make a killing. There is no killing. through the kindness of God, what I charge per hour for what I do in my other fields of endeavor is £375 an hour. So if I'm going to devote my time to empower others and how to play the keyboard, whatever fee you see there, for a person of my skill set who has been playing the keyboard for over 4 decades, and the awards I have to show for it, it is a drop in the bucket. The same thing applies to the audio equipment. The audio equipment, it's very important that we have them. Let me allow you to look into my eyes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. What is worth doing is worth doing well. There is no point having 20 people playing a keyboard and you're just using the speakers on their keyboard. It does not make sense, folks. These key speakers here are not loud enough to be heard by each other when you've got 20 people put together. We need audio amplification devices that will make that learning experience an enjoyable experience. If you have an audience of one, you see, that if you have an audience of one, because you don't want it to be too loud. That's another thing with these keyboards. If you increase the volume too much, it becomes noise. We don't want noise. We want it to be an enjoyable experience. In the past, we used to have 6 keyboards. That was fine. We did not need audio amplification devices. Now we have 20. That's more than 3 times what we used to do. Let me turn this off. So if you have 20 of these in a room, plus you have the facilitator, and all are playing together, and everybody has to increase the volume because they're not hearing each other, because we did not see the need to invest in the right equipment, it means that we didn't do well. The experience that I have acquired over the years, the decades, and the experience that we've acquired since we started Strike a Chord in the year 2022, we ought to put them to use. Because according to Samuel Jonathan, whatever you do not use will never be useful to you. Once again, please let me reiterate this. If there's anything you don't understand in terms of the components itemized on this grant application, please ask, because what is worth doing is worth doing well. We need the monitor. The monitor is what all the keyboards will plug into, and that of the lead facilitator as well would plug into. And the mixer, the keyboards will plug into the mixer, and then from the mixer we go to the monitor. What is a monitor? A monitor is a portable size speaker which makes it easier for you to monitor, as the facilitator, to monitor what the individual participants are playing. Another benefit of the monitor is that without increasing or cranking up the volume of the instruments, the participants can now hear each other at an enjoyable level. Don't forget, they're not just coming to learn a skill. We want to make sure that this learning experience is an uplifting experience, not a frustrating experience. If we don't invest in what matters most, the participants will not get the most out of this project. Therefore, we are going to need the mixer. The mixer will now feed to the monitor. Now, the monitor will allow the facilitator to hear what they're playing, and will also help them hear what they're playing. Now, is one monitor enough for 20 keyboards? No, no, no. Let's remind ourselves once again, What is worth doing is worth doing well. For this reason, we would need 3 monitors. And so, if you've got 20 keyboards with 20 participants, now we can have 1 monitor on that side, my left, which is your right, another monitor on my right, which is your left. We have 1 in the middle, and we are sharing. And so these 3 monitors will make it an enjoyable learning experience. And guess what? Because we believe in the culture of continuity, these monitors will be used repeatedly at the various wards and various locations where we run this program under the Yardley Neighborhood Network Scheme. Oh, and when it comes to the concluding celebration concert, which we will do towards the end of the year that we've run the program, all participants come together with their friends and family, their neighbors, come out, and of course, you know, music always pulls a crowd. That's why the Glastonbury Music Festival, Glastonbury, will always be a major landmark on the British events calendar. Music always pulls a crowd. And because music pulls a crowd, those 3 monitors will not be suitable whether it's a crowd of 50 or 100 or 200. It won't be. Why? Because those human bodies will easily absorb the sound from those 3 monitors. So what does that mean? People won't hear themselves. The participants playing will be frustrated. Well, we could hear ourselves when we're having the workshop. Well, how come today that we're having this nice celebration, I can't hear myself anymore? And the easiest way to deflate the morale, the zeal, or the zest of the participants is to make sure they can't hear themselves. Is that what we want? I can see you shaking your head no, so I'm glad. Let's do it the right way so that we can enjoy the best of it, so that the beneficiaries can enjoy the best of it. And so for the celebration, the concluding celebration, we will need to have what we call PA speakers and subwoofer. Yes, because drums can be played on these keyboards. These keyboards play drums. And so to make sure we have a room-filling sound, an experience that is memorable for a lifetime, we will have to invest in the PA and subwoofer for that concluding event. And guess what? We get to use it over and over and over and over again. So it is never a waste of money, because since continuity is important to you and it's already a culture that we already cultivate, it means that we will never have to spend money to buy one again. In conclusion, I want to remind us that we are making a difference in the lives of people. And this is a project that we're the first to start this across the West Midlands. And from the inquiries we've received from other parts of Britain, we are the first to do this exclusively for the over 50s. We would love you to journey with us, and your contribution will be pivotal, priceless, and potent in making a difference in the lives of others. In the event that you need to seek further clarity, I always assure you of my audience, and I look forward to us journeying along together as we bring Strike a Chord to Yardley.